Jak się masz? Welcome on another exploration, and today, if the conditions permit, we will try to walk from the Stanbury mouth the other way, and we will try to reach and see how the higher Sharpnose points look like. I'm already at the top of the cliff. Nasty walk up the hill behind me. That's why I look the way I look. And basically you can have a look how the Stanbury beach and the lower Sharpnose point looks like from this side, from this cliff. That seems to be also pretty good observation point to see how much time there is to jump over those rocks. But that's not our mission for today. Today we're going to see the higher Sharpnose because it looks quite interesting on the photos, so maybe we can find some crazy climb in there or whatever else. So far, as you can see, we are still walking, and actually that part of the walk is not like super interesting. As you can see behind me, we're not walking anywhere near the ocean. You cannot even hear or see the ocean. Everything is overgrown. The cliffs here seem to be sort of like with the very small gradient. They overgrown by plants. Hence, the southwest coast path goes far away because they are very unstable, and yeah, they probably all like mash rock with the soil. That's why they go non-stop, and they create like a small gradient. That's why we have to be far from the sea right now. But I'm hoping that's about to change soon, because we're just approaching the first or the second cut, and we got some portion of land sticking into the sea. I don't expect that's not the Sharpnose yet. So here we are. We are slowly approaching the higher Sharpnose point. At the first glance, seems to be inaccessible from the top, at least on that side. Well, you never know. Life can be surprising, just like on the lower point. So that's pretty much that gives you a rough idea what I was talking about before with those cliffs. They sort of like rounded and stretch far into the sea. Not the rocky one, not the solid rock vertical cliffs like in Heartland. Finally, here we are, right ahead of us. I can already see the famous footpath from the pictures. It looks impressive from that angle. We'll see if that is another tiny creep goch of the coastline, if I can call it like that, because at least from that angle and on the picture, this is how it looks like. Southwest Coast Path here is not very well, I mean, I guess it's probably difficult to maintain it with those tiny streams going all the time. But yes, it's not easy to navigate. Seems to be like a Coombe going, winding like a snake all the way down to the ocean. I'm gonna show you. It looks pretty beautiful. And here we got exactly what we looking for. Danger, cliff liable to subsidence. And what we always say in that situation, what can be a better invitation for a Polish explorer than this? Let's go. Wow, you can see like a very strange stuff in here. The solid, massive rock boulders and the loose soil underneath. This is why it all goes down to the sea so much. I mean, that whole area soon may cease to exist. Wow. They will have a problem with the Southwest Coast Path soon. Well, the stone just rolls down, all the way down to the ocean. Look at that. And that little winding Coombe meets another one on the other side. Wow, that is an interesting part of the Southwest Coast Path. Almost looks like one of those footpaths I'm always searching for off the coast path, and we got the lookout probably. I'm not sure really, because there is a several number of huts they called after artists or whatever. There is a, let's see what's interesting around here apart from going on that ridge. Well, that's quite interesting place for a lookout, because well, it doesn't cover the view. I mean, that is probably, well, I don't know, shelter or military lookout in old times, the Cold War times, or even the war times, who knows. Anyway, I guess, yeah, it's damaged. Nobody takes care of it, but you could still, if the rain catches you walking southwest coast path, I guess you could still survive in here. Okay, so that goes pretty much nowhere. Could possibly go down a little bit, but not too far, because every now and then there are like landslides to conquer, and one of them can finally be too steep to climb over or go down over. So let's go back. Before we pull some part of the cliff down. Oh, the views are absolutely beautiful. I will show you everything later. Oh. You can have a glimpse here and there. I think a little footpath. Ha ha ha! We're gonna have a nice another trip, I guess. I can see some interesting feature in there. Alright, so the Sharpnose point seems to be sort of like a rock. I don't know where that slope comes from, such a nice shaped, pretty flat, because that one is pretty much the same what in Heartland. The rocks are, layers of rocks are positioned like that. That creates the smooth surface. You can just see below me, but I don't know what caused it on the other side. And here we are at the tip of the Sharpnose point, which I can see It's also a favorite climber's spot. I can already see a hook attached in there. That's not the end. Because I can see some crazies are willing to explore a bit more in here, just like I love. So here we are, pretty much below the higher Sharpnose point, on medium Sharpnose point, perhaps. Which is all cracked as well and goes down to the ocean. Haha. Beautiful spot. I mean, the color of the water is beautiful as well today. I mean, like everything here in an open, more open ocean. Yeah, unfortunately there is no way down, and also on the other side I can already see there may not be the way down, but we don't know that yet before we investigate it closer. So that is pretty much the approach. I tell you what, I love the rocky shelves like that. You climb. It's not as crazy as the lower Sharpnose, but yeah. It's beautiful enough. It doesn't look so narrow as the Creep Goch is, and as it looks on the pictures. Those pictures you can find on the internet must be well tweaked to make it look crazy. It's quite wide and you got quite a good feeling walking in here. It's nothing you would be scared of. The weather today is a bit hot. I can start feeling the sun takes a toll on me, although it's not a full sun again. I am roughly half away from my car. Conditions are really terrible today. You can take a last glimpse of the higher Sharpnose point. We got another lesson from today. What I did today, I didn't take water with me. I took a watered down juice. So right now I'm just terribly sweating and the salt is just flooding my eyes, and I don't even have a clear water which I could wash my face with and cool myself down. So remember, don't be like Polish explorer on a hot and sunny day. Never take anything but water to drink. I hope I will survive. I don't have a lot to do, maybe 1 more kilometer to reach my car. So from that beautiful spot on one side and that interesting spot on the other side, I would like to say high five and see you on another exploration.